Hey Sneakies, welcome back for some more Warframe. In this episode, we're finally going to complete the Archwing quest. Remember to leave a like, subscribe for more videos in the future, and I do hope you enjoy. Let's do this. Alright, now the first thing we do anytime we have a quest is go into our codex, and then the last tab at the top says quests, just click that, and we'll be doing the Archwing, so here we go. The Baylor Fomorians are coming, but we are ready. Through your efforts, we finally have a working Archwing prototype, and I am sending you the blueprint. However, your task is not yet complete. You must discover the component parts. So we're going to go in here, we're going to have to actually find the components, then we'll ultimately build the Archwing, and finally get some of the gameplay into this video too. It actually changes up the regular Warframe gameplay a lot, so I hope you're as excited about that as I am. Definitely nice to have more variety in this game.
This is the master blueprint for the Odonata Archwing, the first of many Archwings. To complete it, you must find its component parts. Unfortunately, an ancient Orokin archive detailing the locations of the parts was recently stolen by the Corpus. Your first job is to recover this archive. Hurry, the Archwing needs to be ready before the Baylor Fomorians launch their first attack.
And here's the blueprint we just received. It's for the Odonata Archwing. It's the very first one you acquire in the game. There's currently one other one. I'm sure they're going to add even more later on in later updates. But for now, let's just get this quest going. And our first objective in this quest is to recover the Orokin archive. In order to do that, we must head to Tessera Venus. This will be a sabotage mission, meaning it will be just like the Operation Gatecrash event. And it's Orokin faction, so it's going to take place partially in the Void, and the levels range from 10 to 12. Let's go get it.
Get to the portal. We need to shut the Corpus out of the Void before we search for the Orokin archive. The Corpus have snuck into the Void and secured crucial Orokin archives detailing the hidden locations of much-needed Archwing parts. Your mission is twofold. Cut off their access to the Void and recover the data. Keep moving. None of the scanners have detected you.
Well, it's a little bit late, but Miss Lotus decided to interrupt me so rudely, but infiltrated. Anyways, let's get going here. So, just like on the Operation Gatecrash, there are a couple of Corpus caches that we could find. And it's actually pretty interesting because this is a Void tile set, there's a chance for prime parts to be located in it. However, we're not going to go out of our way to find them. If we happen to come across it, then great. Otherwise, we don't need to worry about it. Now, most of these enemies are very low level. They're basically within the range of a Tower 1 mission, so I will be completely overpowered against them. My Rhino's rank 30, my Tiburon's rank 30. Just a whole lot of rank 30s going on here. Whenever you come across those... Oh, damn it. I hate this thing here. If you don't run across the wall correctly, which is very easy, you fall down there, you're screwed. There's no getting out of there. That's why I tried shooting those, but I guess it's really pointless because it is pretty easy. Sometimes you make a mistake, though, and you get trapped down there. Kind of like how you see those traps in the woods where people cover them up with leaves, and then you fall down a hole and you fall into a bunch of spikes or something. Not that that typically happens to somebody, but still, it's possible. Anyways, let's keep going through here. It's really cool because ever since that Operation Gatecrash went down, they've added sabotage keys into the game as well, so we can even continue to play missions like that. I love when they add all these different types of missions into the game. I'm sure it's not going to be too long before they actually start making some of the regular missions, some of these sabotages. Like, there are already sabotage missions in the game, but they've, I don't know, I guess they kind of updated the way it works. Ridiculously overpowered for these fools, and here we go, we've arrived at the gate. Now, you're probably already familiar with this if you had seen that episode in the series already, but basically there are two... Oh, take down these fools first. Shouldn't be too many of them. Alright, so there's 2 of these computer terminals back here. We have to go and operate them one at a time and then protect them while the enemies pour out of the gates. Just requires a simple hacking mechanism. Very easy.
They're onto us. Protect the generator console until the process is complete.
So we're just going to protect these terminals one at a time. You can see in the top left hand corner of the screen that the portal power is slowly building up to 100%. As long as they do not destroy it by that point, then we will continue to the next one. And then after the second one's complete, we can access the portal. Fortunately, I'm really overpowered to these enemies, so we don't have to worry too much about them actually being able to overpower me. But typically a good strategy is when you see these shield drones, which are these little flying robots, they're actually giving them extra shields to the ground units. You want to take them out first, that way it makes them easier. Oh, you think you're going to destroy it? I don't think so.
Now activate the other one.
Alright, so on to the second one. There we go. By the way, as you can clearly tell, it is more than possible to solo this quest completely. In case you have to resort to it. You do want to be a bit higher of a level than the enemies are, though, so you can make sure that you can get through it easily. And you want a good Warframe run for a solo mission too. Like Rhino, for example, he's great at doing solos because he has the extra layer of protection with his Iron Skin ability. He can also take a lot of damage. Generally, tank characters are good characters for solo runs. It's just the support characters that are kind of iffy if they can actually make it through or not. Alright, both portals, or terminals rather, are completely taken care of, so now we just have to access the portal. Let's do this!
Now travel through the portal. It's your turn to go on the offensive. There's the torsion beam device, but they've taken the void key. Find it.
Oh, nice, the ice tile set. I like this one. This is actually my favorite one, by the way, if you already know. Haven't been following the series. Just really like the design of it. It just really seems pretty epic. This is typically used for the Europa missions. Can't wait to see what all the other planets are going to be updated with. There's still a lot that still use the generic old look. So they still have a lot of development to go on this game. By the way, if you are playing Rhino, I don't know if you noticed, but he actually lost his Iron Skin after going through the portal. Okay, that was a little bit weird. Lynx? Where are you, Lynx? Apparently we're fighting a little boss or something? Can't imagine it's a major boss. What does that say? I have no idea. Yeah, we're gonna destroy Mr. Robot as soon as we find him. Oh, there he is. Alright, so you can't... Okay, I got it. You have to destroy his shield drones before you can actually cause any damage to him. Oh, and they keep spawning too. That's a little bit annoying. Fortunately, he's not very tough. He's only level 12. Oh, he's throwing out mini turrets. It's conniving shark. Alright, yeah, so be careful of the little mini turrets he's throwing out, and always take down these little shield drones he keeps pouring out too. And then he becomes vulnerable to all my damage. Got him!
Quick, pick up the key. You got the key. Now get back to the portal.
Alright, so we've got what we came here for. Now we've got to get back to the portal. Blah, blah, blah. I don't think there's going to be too many enemies. Probably not even any until we actually get up to where the portal is. I actually really like this mission type too. It's certainly a nicer addition than the old version of it. Like, I'm a big fan of them even updating the old versions of certain mission types to, like, make them work better or just be cooler in general. But I'm also probably a bigger fan of them just adding completely new missions into the game. What is this? It's a little bit weird. It's kind of like a little secret room, but there's nothing back there. Alrighty then. Oh, my poor Lado. It's not doing much of anything. Escape through the portal. Get out of there. Ah.
The device is set on overdrive. Get through the portal before it melts down.
Well, we still have 18 seconds left. I'd say we made pretty good timing. Generally gives you more time because it's expecting you to be playing with other people, and it's not expecting everybody to be all together at once.
That's it. The portal has collapsed. I've located the cache containing the Orokin archive. Get there now.
Okay, so we are required to actually locate one of the caches. Oh man! Never run in front of a laser. That should be common sense, but sometimes that happens to escape me. More often than it should. Alright, so we're taking care of that one. Now, it looks like it's inside here. However, these doors are all closed, so we must have to go up top. Up. Backflip. Oh, didn't really mean to run across the wall. Okay, that actually worked out pretty well. Oh, we got an elevator on top. Alright. And there it is.
You found the Orokin archive. You are one step closer to unleashing the Archwing. Proceed to extraction, or try and find the riches in the remaining caches.
Alright, now maybe I'll try to look around a little bit, but more than likely I don't think I'm going to find it. So yeah, I didn't end up finding anything. Actually just wasted a bunch of time. I just cut it out because it was just a boring bunch of me looking around for nothing.
Another job well executed.
Well, thank you, Lotus. It's nice to know somebody appreciates my efforts in this crazy, crazy world we live in. It's not really a world, actually. It's more of a universe now, but you get the idea.
The Lotus has passed along possible coordinates for you to search for the remaining Archwing parts. Check your navigation console for more information.
Alright, well, thank you, Mr. Ortis. We'll get to that in just a moment. So here's a quick look at everything we collected. Just in case you were curious. Anyways, let's continue. And next up, we must extract the Archwing part blueprints. To do that, we're heading to E-Gate on Venus. And this will be an excavation mission, Corpus Faction. The levels range from 10 to 12. Let's go get them.
The Orokin archive has led us to this location. Defend the extractors until you find an Archwing part blueprint. This area has taken some hits. Stay away from fire damage.
And another late infiltrated, but better late than never. Alright, so this is pretty straightforward. This can be an excavation mission. If you have not played one of these before, we start off by locating the scanner. Shouldn't be too far down here. We'll get there in just a moment, I'm sure. Definitely a big fan of using this tile set again.
The scanner has been deployed. Keep it powered while it finds potential dig sites.
Now, the way this works is you'll see that there's a power percentage. In order to keep that going, we must kill these enemies and they drop some of these power cores. You just saw that one drop one. You can actually tell which ones are carrying it because you can see it clearly on their back. We just pick it up and we're going to bring it right back to the scanner.
The scanner has picked up a target. Go to the dig site.
And then basically you'll see the scan time underneath it. That's how much time is left until it locates another dig site. Every single dig site we're going to find, it's basically going to pop out with another one of these, and we must keep it powered up while the timer is counting down, and it excavates whatever it's locating, which is, in this case, the parts of the Archwing. And odds are it will take more than 3 excavations. Like, ideally it would only take 3. We find each of them right in a row without having to worry about doing it multiple times. But odds are we're going to have to do it at least 4, maybe 5 or 6 times. Possibly even more than that. Hopefully not more than that. But we'll see when the time comes. I'll just edit out the repeat parts to this video just so you can get an idea.
Protect the unit while it extracts the artifact.
Alright, so here we go. First excavator. Now you notice it has about 75% power right now, and it has about 80 seconds to go. So that means we're going to have to power it up at least one more time, because it roughly goes down at the same rate. And there's plenty of guys coming in with their power packs, their power cores. Now, one thing you want to be careful of on this mission type is if you're picking up these power cores that these enemies are dropping and you want to go back to the original scanner or a different extractor, you need to be very careful not to get too close to the one you're currently at, unless, of course, it does need more power. But sometimes you'll run by and you'll accidentally give it more power when it actually doesn't need any more, and then you end up wasting it, and it's a little bit of a hassle. Just something to keep in mind. Alright, so we have about 32 seconds to go now. Looks like the enemies have stopped coming. Generally, they will come from multiple directions, so ideally you want to have multiple people here. But if you're high enough level over them, then it's not really that big of a deal. It does get to be a little bit hectic at times because they will pour in here like crazy. Especially as the mission continues, because their levels do tend to go up as it continues. Kind of like how survival missions and defense missions work that way. And we're about to get it.
Excavation complete. Look what we found. Extraction is now available.
Excellent, so we got the wings. Now we just have to collect the other 2 blueprint parts. And I'll just skip ahead to when I collect those, and then we'll extract.
Dig complete. Your hard work has just been rewarded. Excavation complete. Look what we found.
And mission complete. Now you'll see I did get 2 sets of wings, so it did take 4 tries, but it didn't take too long ultimately. Certainly not ideal, but it still works out in the end.
The excavator has run out.
And now I'm over in the foundry, so we've collected all 3 of the components that go into the Odinata. But first we have to actually build each of these. You can see that they all require 6 hours apiece, 15,000 credits. The actual build requirements are not all that horrible. I mean, 2 of them do require a Morphix, and then 1 requires the neural sensors, but those really don't take too long to come across. And now we're finally ready to start building the Odinata Archwing. The system's built into this Archwing balance offensive capabilities with defensive countermeasures. It requires the 3 blueprints we just finished building as well as 1 Orokin cell.
The operator has all the necessary blueprints to craft an Archwing, so what are you waiting for?
I literally just started building that before he said that. Shut up.
This is an urgent mission. A Corpus scout ship with information about the location of the Grineer Baelor Fomorians has been located. Raid this ship for intel. We need to know everything they do.
You heard the lady sneakies, so we're going to go find Corpus intelligence about the Baelor Fomorians. And we're going to Montez, Venus. This is an Exterminate Archwing mission controlled by the Corpus faction. The levels range from 10 to 12. Let's do this. Infiltrated, here we go. Now you'll notice I actually switch over to the PS4 version because something glitched out when I was recording on the PC, but that's alright because we finally get Sasha into this episode as well.
Tensions between the Grenier and Corpus are boiling over. You're here to find out what the Corpus know.
Oh no, Sasha got locked in there.
Time to break in.
Quickly hack this. There we go.
Override successful. Let's get going.
Alright, so we're here to find out about Corpus intelligence. Slicey, slicey. We have to take out 120 of these guys, apparently. That's a lot for one person. I guess they're expecting me to actually be here with co-op partners and stuff. But we're doing it solo. The main reason for that is because when I'm playing these quests where there's actual storyline elements in here, I don't want other people talking over, like the voice actors when they're going through their speeches and stuff. I want it completely in the video.
This area has taken some hits. Stay away from fire damage.
Without being overpowered by other voices, which is why I also try to stop talking when they come on.
For too long, the Corpus have extorted the Grenier. Throw back. Consider our contracts cancelled. This is a hostile takeover.
Nice to see good old Shiri. Hey, Vahak. I wonder if they're gonna go to war with each other. That'd be so awesome if we had two factions battling each other here. Oh, yes, here's the Grenier. They're actually coming here and they're fighting the Corpus.
Why, Scout I was hoping the Tenno had taught you a little humility when they destroyed your precious Fomorian fleet.
It's getting interesting. Everywhere.
Did you really believe the Tenno destroyed all my Fomorians?
Plot twist. Yeah, so it's really awesome when they have two factions battle it out on one mission because I can come in and be like a third party. So while they're fighting each other, they're wiping out their own units. I come in to finish off the rest of the remaining people on both sides, and I remain victorious. Just as I've on every other mission in the game so far. I think there was actually a mission where the infestation was like fighting the Grenier, I think. It might have been the Corpus, I'm not positive, but it was definitely an infestation fighting somebody. And it just made the mission a whole lot more fun because, number one, that's a whole new element to the game that you really don't see too often. I mean, it might have happened every once in a while before. It's only happened one specific time that I can remember, though.
We have a problem. There is something breaking from the void.
Well, that's not good. What is that?
Bypass complete. You may proceed.
Man, we're not even halfway through these enemies yet.
Let's override the security.
Oh, look at Sasha go. Go get him! So many in this room, it's ridiculous.
Your fate, my future.
Oh, this is going to lead to a full-out war. Maybe not on this mission, but definitely coming up in the storyline. I finally get to use the Archwing. Supposedly,
Breach complete. We're free to proceed.
Supposedly this is an Archwing mission, so I guess we're gonna see. Oh, damn it. Look how small the area was to actually fall in that hole, and I somehow managed to find my way in there. I also really like how they have all these different elements mixing into this mission too, like the ship's getting destroyed. Looks like there's actual pods that crash into the ship too that the Grenier are coming out of. The ship's on fire, obviously, but that's something that we've seen before. Oh, things are ramping up. Take that, Dragon Economy. Oh, there's still somebody back here. Let's go find him. Or her, I'm not sure which. Oh, you're up there, you sneaky jerk. Actually, let's see if we can go up here. Let's see what it looks like in here. Yeah, they have one of their little pods. I don't think that's normally on this mission. I mean, yeah, there's no way, because this one over here crashed into the wall too. No way. Alright, let's go, Sasha. We are now more than halfway through these enemies. We're gonna finish them all off. Fortunately, I'm overpowered enough where I can actually take them down easily. Oh, that was a wasted rhino charge. Note to self, never use it while you're on the stairs ever again. Okay, we just need one more slide and kill, and we'll finish that little challenge. Good job, Sasha. Every once in a while, I need to let her get in some kills, too. Bam! There we go. Oh, look at her go. She's so fierce. She's probably even more deadly than I am, really. I mean, that goes without saying. Bam. I really do need to go in and switch the controls, because they did switch the PS4 controls with this last update that came out when they actually added Archwing to PS4. Really annoying. I don't think circle's really a good button to use to actually use melee, because you can't control the right stick to like change your view while you're trying to use it. So it kind of makes you have to hold in an awkward angle if you're trying to maneuver around and look around while you're swinging it. Really annoying. Still somebody else. Oh, there you are.
Let's override the security.
Alright, so oxygen's being ripped out of this room right now. We've got to hack this to fix that. There we go.
Override complete. Move on.
Let us continue.
This ship is disintegrating. Aborting mission. Get to extraction.
Wait, what? Okay, so...
Sorry, ship integrity will not permit extraction at this time.
Alright, so now we actually have to leave. We're aborting our mission. That's another thing I like, when they randomly come out and they tell you to change the objective. That's happened a few times in the past. I definitely need to mix those in some more, because it makes the missions a whole lot more interesting. Oh, that pod's open up. Let's get out of here, Sasha. Let's get out of there.
You only have one chance. Ordis. Deploy Archwing.
But my calibrations, it's not...
Ordis, do it now.
Okay. Deploying Archwing.
Tenno, you need to get to the other side of this debris field where Ordis can safely extract you.
Now this is more like it. Finally, we have the Archwing. This does change the gameplay up a lot. Now granted, this is still an earlier version of this, so it's probably going to change quite a bit over the course of the development, but it does feel pretty nice so far. Some really awesome views out here too. I have to get a look at the combat though. Oh, what is that? I don't want to stick around and find out. Let's get out of here. Looks like a wall we can crash into potentially too.
Tenno, you have to keep moving. Energy net, you're stuck in here until you take out that Zeppelin. You are surrounded by Grineer Marines.
What are these little pods of the Marines? I guess that makes sense. Let's see if we can melee this thing. It's taking a while. Oh, that's even worse than the gun. No!
Incoming fire from the Fomorian. Find cover.
Wait, the Fomorian's firing at us.
You're trapped in this net until you destroy that Zeppelin.
So apparently this has us locked like in a cage or something.
The net is down. Get Get going.
There we go.
You're almost through the debris field. Just a little bit further.
Yeah, I don't trust you, Lotus. I think we still have a while to go. Look at that. Over 1,000 meters.
They're trying to trap you in an energy net. Destroy that Zeppelin to take out the net.
Man, these guys just keep pouring in, don't they? And I'm so not used to using the PS4 controller for this. It's so slow compared to PC. Alright, clearly the best way to take these guys out is melee. You can keep...
Take out that Zeppelin if you want to get out of here.
It's possible to keep chaining right between them all, so it's almost like you're jumping from one to the next. That way there's very little room for them to actually damage you in between. Now, the Archwing actually has weapons that are specifically for it, so everything I'm using right now can only be equipped while I'm using an Archwing. That's why they're all unranked.
Take out that Zeppelin if you want to get out of here.
Incredibly weak too. I'm gonna have to like mod them up and everything so I can actually move on in this. Oh man, they're really doing some major damage. I can't use my Rhino abilities out here. I can't put Iron Skin on. Oh no, I'm gonna die.
Almost through the debris field. Just a little bit further.
That was a little bit embarrassing. Guys are a little bit stronger than I originally thought.
You're trapped in this net until you destroy that Zeppelin.
Yes, I'm fully aware. You've already repeated yourself numerous times. Oh yeah, definitely melee these guys. So much more satisfying. And more effective too, of course.
Energy net dissipating. Keep moving.
Alright, let's keep this going. Don't want to get stuck back there and completely overwhelmed by those guys. Again. Wait, it still says Sasha's with me. There's no way she has her own Archwing. She's following me.
You have to keep moving.
Operator, the Archwing is performing beyond expectations. I suppose my calibration process was not necessary after all.
That Zeppelin just engaged an energy net. You're stuck in here until it's destroyed.
And there are so many of these things. Damn Zeppelins. I've already seen 3 of them so far. Alright, you're not going to kill me again. It's not going to happen. I don't care what it takes.
You're trapped in this net until you destroy that Zeppelin.
I almost feel like I'm playing Zone of the Enders right now.
Tenno, you have to keep moving.
Yeah, it just makes me curious where they added this to the game. What else are they planning on adding that's going to be
Get going.
game-changing like this? Oh no! Something's got me targeted. Come on. Bob and weave, bob and weave. Come on. Okay, there we go. I wonder if that was a Fomorian targeting me. Alright, now we're going through a bunch of debris. Now, the Archwing itself actually has its own abilities, which I have not unlocked yet, I don't think.
You're almost through the debris field. Just a little bit further.
So it's going to ultimately have 4 abilities, just like all the Warframes themselves do. And each Archwing has its own, I guess. There's currently 2 Archwings in the game. Plenty more are coming, I'm sure, as well. Just go down here. Take a little bit of a stealthy approach. That's even necessary? I don't think it is. This also reminds me a little bit of Ratchet and Clank.
You're almost through the debris field. Just a little bit further.
I can't destroy the rocks, I don't think. Because you could like have the normal combat with enemies on regular missions, and you could have like the space combat flying around your spaceship.
Can you extract now? Mission complete. Tenno, stand by for pickup.
And a job well done. That was actually a lot of fun. there are a decent number of Archwing missions in the game, so we'll definitely have to get some of those into the series very soon.
We now have the tools to take on Vahek and his Baelor Fomorians. His arsenal is growing, but so will ours. There are more Archwing designs and more weapons. Together we will take to the skies and confront this new threat.
Alright, Seekies, and that will officially conclude the Archwing quest. I thought it was pretty awesome adding this whole new gameplay mechanic into Warframe. It's definitely adding all kinds of new variety, and I'm sure it's setting the stage for all kinds of new cool content coming in the future. Can't wait to see what Archwings are going to add, all the new weapons that are going to go along with it. Hopefully even some different environments that go along with it too. And it's definitely going to help mix up the series for sure. Should make it very interesting. I hope you did enjoy. Remember to leave a like, subscribe for more in the future, and I will see you next time.